Yes, I think obviously if you're a fan, you're going to be disappointed. But to be honest, Chelsea were impressive for large spells of the game. I mean, when managers walk away from games, they don't only look at the results. It's okay for the fans to just consider what the results are. Obviously, that is why they turn on the television or listen to the radio commentary. But for the manager, looking for the progress. They're looking for where the team were good and places where they could improve. And I thought, Arsenal are a brilliant side. Arsenal were second in the Premier League last season. And this season, they played some fabulous football. Yeah. They've not been as impressive, in my opinion, or consistent in the course of 90 minutes as they were last season. But they are still a very difficult team to beat. They beat the champions the last time out. So when they step out to the bridge and Chelsea do play as they played, try and neutralize Arsenal as they did, limit Arsenal from creating the chances that Arsenal are known to be creating, there's some credit in the work that Chelsea did. Unfortunately, there are some individual problems in the side that has not necessarily got so much to do with the system. That cost them the game. But again, you also want to look at the thinking of the team. And that will take me to the Sanchez error in passing.
Yeah, but let's have the highlights on the screen so that we can take a look at some of the errors that were committed. Yeah. I thought it was even a game of goalkeepers' blunders.
Absolutely. I think goalkeeping blunders did play a big part in it. And that goes to the thinking of how both managers want their goalkeepers to play. But still staying on Chelsea even before Arsenal. Chelsea looked good because they neutralized Arsenal, like I said. They stopped them from playing the way they wanted to play. As Arsenal were forced to change a lot of things. At some point, Arsenal were building up with Raya in between the two centre-backs. At some point, Declan Rice had to drop in between them. Then there was a point where Ben White had to stop overlapping and come. So Arteta was always trying to find solutions because Chelsea presented them with problems. And there was a controversy about the penalty, which that would be a whole show to discuss what should he have been given or not. I can understand why it was given. But again, on Sanchez's pass, that led to that Declan Rice goal. I thought there were many things in that sequence that was wrong. I think Sanchez didn't apply the right weight and the right angle to the pass. But Enzo Fernandez as well just maybe might have just taken his eye off the ball a little bit because he could have still made a step to try and recover it. Mm. And even after the ball missed Enzo Fernandez, Conor Gallagher was somewhere asleep. He had a brilliant game in that game, but he wasn't alert to the danger in behind him from, Declan Rice. So there were a combination of things in there, but put everything together. I thought Chelsea on the day played well, and of course they'll be kicking themselves for not holding on to the 2-goal lead. But that is why Arsenal have shown that even when they don't play well, they've got some grit and character about them, something they didn't have in years past, but this time around they've got it. And
Daniel, you said Arsenal played in Gear 1, they didn't even go to Gear 2.
Yeah, and look, that's a scary thing. It's a sign of a team that is growing. And if for those people who didn't consider Arsenal a threat, this is the reason why you should be afraid. They've not played well this season.
They've not.
There's not one single game that Arsenal have reminded fans of what the kind of football they played last season, the dominant football, attacking, creating chances.
Is that a worry though?
I don't think it's a worry.
Is that Arteta trying to change too much from what the team was from last season?
Look, yes, he's trying to change, but there are two things that are going hand in hand. There are established teams, established systems where when you try tweaking things, you can still be getting the results as you go.
Right.
And as you are still trying to fine-tune things. And there are systems that are not necessarily set, and you are struggling and you are dropping points and it's costing you, like Man United. That is the difference between Man United and Arsenal. And even Manchester City this season still haven't been that good, but they are still getting results. And that's where you need to be afraid. Because look, Arsenal are still unbeaten. They were poor against Chelsea. Should have lost. Yeah. I said it. They played in Gear 1. They were gifted a goal, Declan Rice, and then when they began to sniff that they could get an equalizer, it was just like a quick switch. They got the equalizer, and from the time they got the equalizer to the end of the game, it looked like Arsenal were more likely to go on and get the winner. So the mentality has come. Like they are now playing like a team that they are not afraid. That's the thing. They are not afraid. They are very secure and in control of situations. They know that once the final whistle hasn't gone, there's still a game to rescue. And for me, that is a good thing for us now. From a Chelsea point of view, it's painful. Look, you might, where they are right now, you can look at positives. But if you are judging it by the standard of Chelsea, this is not good. They should not have drawn this game. And you see, it goes down to the small details. And these games are decided by the tiny details. We saw the Arsenal-Man City game. Arsenal were not better than City. City were not better than Arsenal. But it was down to moments. And literal patterns that had been rehearsed. That when it happens, you have to take the chance.
Yeah.
And Arsenal did it. For Chelsea, you are 2-0 up. You have a free chance on goal with Jackson. He thinks too much, takes an extra chance is gone. Raya literally presents the ball to Palmer. And all Palmer has to do is to take a first-time shot. But these things come with experience.
Yeah.
You can do that. If you make this mistake when you're playing for West Ham, it's okay. But if you make this mistake when you're playing for Chelsea,
It matters.
it matters. And especially for Chelsea fans who have seen the likes of Drogba, there's a standard. You can't fall short of it. So it has cost you, and it is painful. Because had they got the 3 points, all of a sudden it gives you this confidence and this momentum and this edge. And all of a sudden you are back. Because, as I said at the start of the season, there's no European football for Chelsea. They have a very good manager. I don't necessarily rate him as a winner or as a serial winner, but he will compete. Yeah. That's what he does every season. He will compete. He will improve the players. Exactly. And he will compete. So these are the sort of results that will help him and will help the team. And unfortunately for them, they let it slip.
I'm not taking your job though. I just want to get Danny's thoughts on what he makes of the Raya Ramsdale issue.
Exactly where I was going to come to. But let's take the draw. Let's take the draw right now and see who is walking away with the 500 Ghana cedis so far tonight. And it is on your screen right now. Pretty soon we'll look at the winner of 500 Ghana cedis. 500 Ghana cedis. 0599107. So the last three numbers, we are not going to show them, but we'll just reach out to you and talk to you. Congratulations for winning 500 Ghana cedis. It's 0599107. If this is your number, 500 Ghana cedis has landed in your wallet. Thank you very much for joining. And if you can still win. There's still 500 Ghana cedis. You can
still. What the entries I've done?
How many entries have you done? It will be 5, man.
Oh, Boga.
You've done just 5, so just try again. It is there. Star 281 hash and just follow the prompt. 500 Ghana cedis coming to your wallet tonight. Someone has already taken it, so yeah. So, Sicho, let's talk to me about the Ramsdale situation where the English media appear to be, I don't want to say disappointed with the decision of Mikel Arteta, but they feel that Ramsdale, the decision of Mikel Arteta to drop him, many people actually feel that has been quite unfair.
Well, it's harsh. It's harsh on Ramsdale when you look at it from that viewpoint. But the manager is there to make the hard decisions, and he has to live by it or die by it as well. And I think when you look at what Ramsdale did with Arsenal last season, it was an important part of how well they played throughout the whole season. Yeah. But managers want to improve, and these days in football, managers want to improve to the very little detail. And Ramsdale and Raya are two very different goalkeepers. So straight away, you know why Raya is there. And also,
is Raya an upgrade to Ramsdale?
So there are two sides of this. As a shot-stopper, I don't think he's as good as Ramsdale. But as a modern day, I think all of those things are overrated. But as a modern day goalkeeper, somebody who can play the ball and pass the ball and step out, be comfortable enough to step out of that box and be part of two centre backs to make it a 3. Raya by far beats Ramsdale to it. And I think that's what Mikel Arteta is drawing towards now. He wants to gain a bit more of control on building up from them. Because last season, everybody knew that once the ball got to Ramsdale, you need to hurry him because it's going to go long or he might misplace the short pass. With Raya, he's more comfortable in playing, even though we've not seen him do it. I don't think he's amongst the ball-playing goalkeeper. I don't think it's one of the best.
Do you need a short stopper to give you points, or you need a ball-playing goalkeeper?
So there are two things. If you've got a goalkeeper who is brilliant at playing the ball, and you've got players in front of him who are brilliant at keeping that ball, the goalkeeper rarely faces shots. Classic example would be Manchester City. You could also extend that to Bayern Munich when they are on form and they're holding the ball. Because when the ball gets to the goalkeeper, the opponents are not having it. He'll keep it. And he'll play a pass that finds his player. And when the ball gets to those players, they will keep it. And they'll find their place. So they keep the ball for a very long period. Now, when you have a team like Man United, who have got one of the best ball-playing goalkeepers, but every other player in front of that goalkeeper can't take care of the ball, then the goalkeeper's shot-stopping ability is what becomes more important. Unfortunately for Raya, the goals that he's conceding are not necessarily from not making saves from shots. The goals that he's conceding are from mistakes from the way the team wants to play and some of his poor judgment. He's fluffing area balls.
Yeah.
He's not staying in the right places in post. He's misplacing passes as he did in Champions League against Lens.
Yeah.
So these are the problems that's to counter. But again, he's under pressure. He's under natural pressure from the fact that he's been brought in to do everything Ramsdale wasn't doing. And because that is what perhaps is going through his head, he's overdoing it, something that he would have done at Brentford naturally.
Yeah.
Now he has to think through the process of doing it because that is what maybe he's been brought in to do. It's created a whole mess for Ramsdale, who I feel sorry for. But every manager wants to improve his side. And if Raya starts playing well, it actually takes Arsenal to another level, which Arteta might be hoping to do. But again, it's Ramsdale who suffers.